Hello friends, welcome to our channel. Today we are going to discuss the concept of bond order. In chemical bonding, we can find the bond order as according to two concepts. Both are having their own significance. We can calculate the bond order using the Lewis concept. Using the Lewis concept, another way to finding the bond order, we can find the bond order with the help of molecular orbital theory. Molecular orbital theory. Let's talk about the Lewis concept first, that how we can calculate the bond order. As according to Lewis concept, in a covalent bond, Lewis concept defines what? Lewis concept defines the covalent bond, the formation of bond between the atoms, the formation of covalent bond between the atoms. According to Lewis concept, in a covalent bond, the bond order is equal to the number of bond between the two atoms in a molecule. I'll give you the example. If I just say that the bond order of H2, that is um there is a single bond between the two hydrogen atom forms a molecule, so we called as bond order is 1. Bond order of hydrogen atom molecule is 1. The number of bond exist between the atoms in a molecule, that is the bond order. Similarly, if I just say bond order of oxygen forms a stable configuration by sharing the two electrons from each side, so bond order becomes the 2. Similarly, if we are having the nitrogen is having the nitrogen molecule is having the triple bond, we called as bond order 3. Bond order of nitrogen molecule is 3. So what are the fact points? What are the important points? Remember one thing, that the isoelectronic molecules, this will help you to solve difficult numericals. Isoelectronic molecules, what does isoelectronic molecules? That is atoms which are having the same number of electrons. Isoelectron molecules and ions have identical bond orders. So if I just give you the example, we are having the different molecules for nitrogen, carbon monoxide, or uh, this one is cation, nitrogen oxide cation. All are having the 14 electrons. All are having the 14 electrons. It means they are isoelectronic molecules, so they are having the bond order of 3. They are having the bond order of 3. So remember one thing, that the isoelectric molecules are always have identical same bond order. Another point to remember, that with the increase in bond order, this one is the increasing order of bond order. With the increase of bond order, bond enthalpy increases, bond energy increases, while the bond length decreases. If I just give you an example, that the bond order of nitrogen is 3, while oxygen is having the bond order of 2. So definitely we say that the bond enthalpy of N2 is greater than that of O2. This is what we can calculate the bond order with the help of Lewis concept. Next we are having the molecular orbital theory, that how we can calculate the bond order with the help of molecular orbital theory. We are having the molecular orbital theory. Make sure that you have seen the video of molecular orbital, that how to write the configuration, otherwise you are not able to understand this concept. I will elaborate, I will write the electronic configuration to give you an example, that what are the significance of bond order, that how we can find out the uh, nature of substance, whether it is a paramagnet, diamagnet. We can easily identify whether a molecule exists or not with the help of molecular orbital theory. Or you can search on our channel, you can just watch that video first, then you will go for bond order for molecular orbital theory, otherwise it will be difficult for you. Okay, I'll just illustrate the important points necessary for this MOT theory, necessary for this finding the bond order. We know that electrons are present in both orbitals. Molecular orbital theory has two types. One is anti-bonding, another one is bonding. Electrons present in both of these bonding molecular orbitals. We also know that the molecular orbital have lower energy than that of anti-bonding molecular orbital, and they have great stability. I just write that the bonding molecular orbitals are having lower energy than that of anti-bonding molecular orbitals energy. So what about the stability? Stability definitely to that side which are having the lower energy. When the molecule forms when there is a case of minimum energy, maximum stability. Minimum energy is bonding molecular orbital, so we say that the stability of bonding molecular orbitals, the stability is greater than anti-bonding molecular orbital. The stability can be easily predicted with the help of formula by finding the bond order. So formula for bond order will be, remember this formula, otherwise you are not able to calculate the various bond dissociation enthalpy order, bond length, number of bonds. You are not able to finding the behavior, whether it is a paramagnet, diamagnet, or we can say nature of substance. We defined bond order as the half of the difference between the number of electrons present in bonding and the anti-bonding molecular orbitals. What is the significance of this formula? We can easily calculate the stability of molecule. If we just write the configuration and calculate the number of bonding and anti-bonding electrons, just subtract that value and divide by half. If the value becomes positive, if the value of bond order is positive, we called that it is stable in nature, stable in behavior. If the bond order is zero or negative, we called as unstable. We called as unstable. When the bond order is positive, when there is a case of bond number of bonding electrons is greater than that of number of anti-bonding electrons. When we say 0, when the number of both of the electrons will remain the same. If the number of anti-bonding electrons are greater than that of bonding, we called as negative, that means unstable. Second one, we are having the stability order. Sorry, second one, we are having the dissociation energy. Dissociation energy. This dissociation energy, bond dissociation enthalpy or energy, is directly proportional to bond order. Higher will be the energy, it means its bond order is greater. It is similar to this concept also. Or we can say more the value of bond order, greater will be the bond dissociation energy. The third one, we are having the bond length. Bond length bond length is always inversely proportional to bond order. Bond length, this is the most important concept while arranging the elements in descending or ascending order type of numerical. Okay, how we can write the configuration? I'll just give you the example that when we are having the H2 molecule, make sure that you must know how to write the configuration, seeing a video of molecular orbital, or you can search on the channel. A molecule of H2 is formed by the combination of two atoms of hydrogen, one electron each, present in 1s orbital. We know it very well. There two atoms are present, so we are having the overall two electrons, one electron in each of atom. So we can say two electrons are present in a molecule. So writing the configuration, MOT configuration, we write it as sigma 1s. Two electrons are for two atoms, so this one is for bonding type, this one is for bonding molecular orbital. So finding the bond order, we are having the half number of bonding atoms are 2 minus number of anti-bonding. When we say anti-bonding, when there is an aristic, or we can say star, if this type of if this type of if the number of electrons are allocated to this anti-bonding side, so we will subtract from this bonding side. Anti-bonding, we will subtract the anti-bonding, so number of anti-bonding are 0 over here, or we can write it also like this, sigma 1s 0, so it becomes bond order 1. So what does 1 represents? Its value is positive. If it is positive, it means H2 molecule stable, it exists in real life, in actual practical life. It is also diamagnet in nature. Remember one thing, if the electrons in a molecule are paired, it is diamagnet in nature. If the electrons has one or more unpaired electrons, we call as paramagnet. Next we are having that the hydrogen molecular positive ion, or we can say cation, H2. We are having the H2 positive ion plus. It has only one electron because cation represent the loss of one electron. So one atomic orbital contribute electron while another one is empty. If the electron be filled in bonding molecular orbital, so how we can write the configuration? It will be sigma 1s1. So bond order will be half number of bonding minus number of anti-bonding. If we just calculate the value, overall value becomes fractional. Overall value becomes fractional. So what we will say, what about the nature? We just say that it is paramagnet due to unpaired. We called as this one is paramagnetic in nature. Paramagnetic in nature due to the presence of unpaired electrons. Unpaired electrons. So when scientists did an experiment for finding the discovery of electron, when the scientists performed the discovery of electron, they gave an high voltage. There will be a emission of light from cathode to anode side. That there will be a formation of H plus ions, that is loss of electrons. This light is the cause of electrons. So this MOT theory has verified that H2 plus ions exist in real life. Exist in real life. What are para and diamagnet? Paramagnets, we are having the, if an iron piece is attracted by the magnet, if an iron piece is attracted by the magnet, this piece of iron may be of two types: wrought iron. We know the type of iron. We are having the wrought iron, we are having another type of iron. This piece of iron is get attracted towards this magnet. If it is feebly attracted toward this magnet, we called as this kind of behavior of metal as diamagnetic behavior. If it is somehow stronger than that of diamagnet, we call as paramagnetic in nature. Why this piece of iron is get attracted towards this magnet? Because it is having the unpaired electrons. If it is having the paired electrons, so overall we call this diamagnet. It has the feebly attraction towards the magnet. If I just write the another configuration, that write the Be2. If we just write the MOT configuration, so overall we find the number of, if we just write the find the of overall, we find the bond order as number of bonding atoms minus anti-bonding atoms. So overall value 0. What does 0 represent? It represents as Be2 does not exist in real life. So teacher will never teach you a concept of Be2. So we say Be2 does not exist in real life. If I just write the B2, does it exist? Writing the configuration, calculating the bond order. For writing the configuration, you must know how to write the electronic configuration using the, you can just see the video. We are having the half of 4 minus 2, 1. 1 means it is having the unpaired, so we called as paramagnetic in nature. So it exists in real life. C2 bond order becomes 1 by 2, 6 minus 2. Overall value becomes 2. So it is diamagnetic in nature. Diamagnetic in nature. This is how we can calculate the bond order. Another concept, another thing, you have to just remember these values. These are the factors which are most important for the competition point of view. You can just look out this carefully. Thank you for the lecture.